What is going on, guys? It's your boy Az. We are back here. I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and hopefully you are able to get some R&R because, yeah, it's always nice to kind of catch up, relax, recharge, all that good stuff on the weekend here. And I hope you guys are getting plenty of that because, yeah, we do have another jam-packed week coming up here, and it's every week. You know what? Every week is always jam-packed, but yeah, we will. Hopefully you guys are able to get some value out of this video. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so I do apologize. It's been some time since I've visited my my baby account. There's always so much going on with Marvel Strike Force, and of course between me bouncing between my main account and the baby account, and of course trying to keep the YouTube stuff in order as well. It's always a lot going on, but I do apologize. It's been a while, like I said, that I've even did a video with regards to my baby account. So I just want to give you guys today, there's a bunch of different topics, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to cover everything, but I'm going to do my best here to kind of touch over the main points and hopefully get you guys caught up. And I do have quite a few of these beginner videos already kind of in a playlist, and I'll have those videos in the link in the description as well if you guys want a little bit more in-depth stuff. But yeah, some of that stuff is a little bit outdated as well, so I do apologize for that. And I need to update a few things, but hopefully we can cover the key main topics here, and you guys can kind of look on the YouTube. I've kind of categorized some of the topics if you want to jump to specific ones that may be more interesting for you, or you're like, hey, no, what is this guy talking about? I don't need to look at this stuff here. I'm gonna go and watch somebody else. Or anyways, the whole point of me making this video is so hopefully you guys can get some value out of it on specific topics, and we're gonna go over a few different things. And I think one first and foremost is like, what's going on with the baby account. What am I focusing on? We'll talk a little bit about basically my arena, because arena is always that's a hot topic, because people are always kind of wanting to figure out, like, hey, like, what is going on with the arena? How are you climbing the arena? How are you, what teams are you using? And then, of course, as well, there's other things we'll talk about as well with regards to the other stuff. What else are you doing on your baby account? Are you doing this mode? Are you doing that mode? But yeah, a bunch of different things. So, a lot to go over. So let's quickly jump into the roster here so you guys can have a look at things. And yes, for those of you guys that don't know, I did start this baby account kind of around the same time I got back into the YouTube stream. So it was kind of one of the reasons why I got pushed into the whole YouTube thing. Like I did YouTube before, but then I took a little breather. And then, of course, I got back into it. And yeah, today, with regards to this one, we're not going to talk about the blog update from a few days ago, because we don't need to. There's a lot going on right now with the game, and I'll address it later on in the week as well here. So we don't need to do that. Today we're gonna keep it kind of fresh and keep it focused on the beginner side of things, because yeah, there's so much stuff going on right now, and you can make millions of videos on that stuff, and we're gonna just piece by piece it. But today, let's focus on the baby stuff, or the beginner stuff, because it's just, there's so much to do. I do also have some beginner series videos as well in the description as well. I do understand that it's probably not as accurate as it was when I had posted it initially, but it gives you an idea of kind of where my checkpoints were. I think I had basically I had certain levels. I think the first day I was level 20 or something, or level 25, and I had unlocked arena already. So you always want to get those things unlocked early and right away, so you can kind of get access to your power cores, right? And that's kind of important, right? But anyways, that's just an example. I need to get myself organized now. So that's the preamble side. Let's jump into the roster here, and we'll talk about the other stuff, like I said, once we start making sense. So first and foremost, let's talk about the roster and where I'm kind of sitting around here. So as you guys can kind of see here, lots of characters. Even when you're starting out, there's so much freaking characters. Like, it's crazy. It's overwhelming. If you've never played this game and you're starting to collect characters, you'll see right away, like, there are so many characters. And I mean, I don't even have the bulk of them unlocked, but of course on my main account I do. And yeah, there's so much to do, and there's so much going on in the baby account that I don't blame you guys. We need to streamline the process, and we need to kind of pinpoint and focus our efforts on a lot of the key meta characters, because yeah, there is a lot of fluff. And so of course I've kind of divided up into 3 key teams that you want to start with when you're playing this game. And you know, people are going to agree or disagree with me on it, but this is the 3 teams that I found to be quite useful for my account when I was starting out. And again, this was back in January when we opened the account up. And we'll go into the actually, you know what, we should do that right now. Let's just quickly jump into the achievements here. Now, going into the achievements, this is kind of where you get all your free stuff when you're playing through and you're starting out. But of course, as well, the most important thing here is you can kind of see how many login days I have. So we have about 74 login days, which is approximately, you know, if you're putting it in mathematical terms, we're looking at pretty much like 2.5 months. So we've been at it for about 2.5 months, which kind of makes sense. Like I said, I started back in January, so you know, we're kind of in mid-March, so it makes sense here. And yeah, that's just, you know, like I said, it's I haven't put any money into the game because if I do make occasional purchases here and there, but lately with Scopely, yeah, they haven't earned my money. They need to fix some of the stuff that's going on before I put any more money back into the game. But yes, I was a minimal spender, and on my main account, like I said, when I do my account tour, maybe I'll see if I can find a way to like show you guys what my purchases were, so you guys can kind of see what I was buying in the past. But anyways, with regards to this video, we did not buy anything. We've just been focusing on, like I said, the beginner side of things, and we've been kind of focusing on trying to do this free to play, so you guys kind of know where my roster is from a free to play standpoint. Also, if there's other content creators, like for example, Gideon and BPG, those guys are completely 100% free to play as well. So if you do want to follow those guys are awesome. I follow both those 2 guys, and they have great videos as well. So shout out to you, Gideon, and shout out to you, BPG. So anyways, guys, let's jump into the roster here really, really quick. So again, as I already said, there's so many characters, so many different teams. So what do we focus on right when we start on the game here? And I will kind of go into the roster here and show you guys. Oops, wrong button there. The roster here. So right when you start out, there's going to be so much going on. But, you know, in the hero section, you're going to notice that, you know, you want some heroes to kind of be on your initial starting team. And of course, this forms a very, very starting lineup for the vigilantes, right? And of course, in the first chapter, in the first section, you're going to be able to get, you know, you're going to be able to get a Punisher unlocked right away here, fairly quick, because of the fact that, well, he is, he's a key member to the group. And he's going to be forming the Vigilantes, and this team is going to be very, very good for raids. This team is going to be very, very good for a lot of different game modes. Actually, you're going to see later on here that they're so good in so many different game modes. They are, in my opinion, probably the most balanced team right now in all of Marvel Strike Force, just because of their utility, right? They're not only just good for, you know, when you get Arena unlocked, they're going to be an early team there for you. They're going to be a solid team for you in Battle World. They're going to be a solid team for Cosmic Crucible and raids. So there's not really anything they don't thrive in. They're just very balanced. They're not like extremely amazing. You know, in like, you know, for example, like, you know, Cosmic Crucible, they can do a lot of counters, but I wouldn't say like, you know, as a Cosmic Crucible team, I wouldn't say they're like top tier or anything, but they're very balanced. And that's kind of what we're looking for. You want value for what you're putting into your characters, and this is probably, like I said, the most balanced team here. And as you guys can kind of see here, we haven't pushed them anything past level 72, or I guess we've kind of kept them around 70s, but because, yeah, we haven't really needed them to go any higher than that. The next team here is you're going to need something solid in Arena, and of course, even if you don't have Fantastic Four initially, the Vigilantes will keep that, you know, they will kind of serve that purpose as well. But as you can kind of see here, my next team focus would be the Fantastic Four, because this is another great team, and in my opinion, also a very, very balanced team that's not just good in Arena. They're so good in Cosmic Crucible and War, and they're also very good in Battle World as well. So if you're looking at multiple game modes, these 2 teams are probably one of the most rounded teams right now that's going on with the current meta. I can't think of any other ones that touch as much game modes, and still, like, you know, when you use that team, people are like, whoa, that's a good team. And on top of that, both these teams are they're basically lockdowns for if you're looking to unlock some of those key legendaries, right? Like Quasar. Or if you're looking at unlocking, in the future, Blastar, Thunderstrike, they are two key teams that you're going to need because they were part of that Chapter 1, that Chapter 1 team, and they're the Harbingers. And, of course, as well, they're also going to be useful in, eventually, when you get there, either Odin or Professor Xavier, or even Mephisto. They're just very, very good teams, and they're well-rounded, and they're heroes. They've got Cosmic. There's some city tags in there. Just really, really great two teams starting out. And of course, as well, we got to talk about the Brimstone guys. The Brimstone is the third team that I would recommend you guys building. And again, here, this is kind of the reason why I even have certain legendaries in place. For example, like Quasar and Knull, we were able to get those minimum unlocks on them because of these three teams, right? We have Daemon kind of leading the charge. He is probably right now the most best single plug and play character in all of Marvel Strike Force. It doesn't matter if you're an end game player, mid game, or like I said, it doesn't matter what game mode. He absolutely just crushes, right? He's one of the best plug and plays. You can use him in arena. I use him in arena. You can use him in Battle World right now. With, of course, if you guys have done Battle World, or you guys are looking to get to Battle World, he is going to be another solid team because they're keeping Brimstone as a solid team for even the future upcoming Battle World with Maestro. So his value there is just amazing, and of course as well, they just made him farmable now, so you can farm his nodes in the in the Nexus section when you get to level 80. So when you get to level 80, guys, you can use your Fantastic Four, and you can combine them with Vigilantes, and you can just kind of push through all the nodes, and Daemon will become farmable for you guys. Trust me when I say it. When you turn 80, get to his node as fast as possible. Actually, you can get to Sue. You can get to Sue's node as well. She's in the same sort of section, but I was able to, when I turned level 80, you can basically just start farming her up. And basically, she's also one of the a really good plug and play character as well. But she kind of needs her Fantastic Four allies. Daemon is good with or without his allies. I mean, of course, he is better with Brimstone allies, and of course as well. I won't lie to you guys. It's good to have the whole 5-piece team, but it's not required. He's gonna succeed no matter what. No matter who he's with, because of just his abilities, right? And we're not going to go over his kit or anything like that. I just wanted to talk to you guys about the top 3 teams. And again, you can kind of tell which characters I've leveled up. I haven't really pushed a lot of characters to level 85 just yet, just because I'm holding on my resources, because there is so much going around the corner and on the bend, and you do want to keep those resources close to your heart. So that right there, guys, long but short, that is the 3 teams you should be farming here. And you're gonna see here, like I said, you can see my Daemon is 3 diamonds. I was farming fractals, and I was farming. I even used my seasonal credits to get his diamonds, because it was a no-brainer. Honestly, like, you want him to be as big as possible, because you're gonna unlock Quasar easy, and you're gonna unlock Blastar and Knull, because he's a key piece to that group. And of course as well, as you guys can kind of tell here, even with a 2.5 month account, the stars and everything are slowly coming along here for these other teams, right? We've got decent stars on Fantastic Four, because they're such an arena key meta team. We've got decent stars on on Vigilantes. They're kind of getting there. Punisher, because you farm him from day 1, he's probably gonna be your first 7 yellow. Honestly, I think he was my first, and I think I got him in about a few weeks. It was pretty quick, because I just kept farming his shards really, really quick. And of course, we're kind of working on Silver Sable and Daredevil right now. And of course as well, you guys can kind of see my Brimstone definitely need a bit more love, but that's okay, because like I said, you don't need the whole complete team to be successful. You just really need a big Daemon, and he's going to carry the whole group. We don't have ways to actively farm Hellcat and Living Mummy, at least not that easily with this account, but you can farm Doctor Strange from the nodes, so he will, hopefully make it to he will make it hopefully to to 7 soon. And same with Elsa. You can farm Elsa as well. But yeah, those are key. Those are the key 3 team guys. Let's quickly talk now about other teams that you may want to focus on outside of the 3. Right. As you can kind of see here, we do have Insidious 6. They are such a great team because of the fact that they're going to be needed for raids. You're gonna need them for the Blastar trials because they're one of those key teams that you need to work on. And then of course as well with the most current meta, I guess the meta raid team that's kind of right now is the champions, right? The champions. We do have Moon Girl and Nova in the game, and I do have them. I actually I should have updated it. I do have them. And I should actually, I should recruit them. The reason why I haven't, if you guys are kind of wondering why I haven't recruited some of these characters, there's a reason for that. It's because of the fact that we wanted to keep our TCP kind of lowerish because with Cosmic Crucible, in my shard, when you're not doing Cosmic Crucible and you're matched up against another player, the higher TCP always wins. Even if nobody attacks, the higher TCP wins. So I'm trying to keep my TCP as low as possible so that we are still able to lose, so that we're able to kind of get to the bottom of the Cosmic Crucible. And why do I care about that? Well, it's gonna help us gauge where the bottom is for where all the players are, and that's kind of why I want to keep losing Cosmic Crucible. And of course right now we don't have an active season in Cosmic Crucible, so it doesn't really make sense for me to to show you guys where the rankings are, because yeah, it doesn't matter right now. The U32 didn't really record the rankings just yet, so because we don't have the official season starting until later on. So just so you guys are aware why I don't have a lot of these characters recruited. But yeah, eventually when we get to the point where we need them, we will get them recruited. Whoops. So like I said already, guys, hopefully, hopefully the like I said, that makes sense. We're gonna quickly go into the squads here so I can kind of show you guys. So even outside of those 3 teams that I've talked about, and again, all 3 teams are gonna give you lots of value: the Brimstone, the Fantastic Four, and the Vigilantes. But there's also other key raid teams that you do want to focus on. Like for example, let's actually just start at the bottom here so you guys can kind of see here. So the Extreme X-Men ones, you still kind of sort of used it a little bit in raids, but don't worry about farming them because just playing the game, you're going to get access to the characters. And I think I mostly got these guys just from opening orbs and whatnot. The Hive and the Spider-Verse guys, they won't really matter anymore. Same with Alpha Flight. They kind of give you the Alpha Flight characters as well. I didn't put any levels into these guys. They basically just give them to you. And then they also give you the little tokens to bring their levels up as well. So you don't have to worry about focusing on them right now because the champions are going to eventually replace them. So there's no point in focusing on that. And again, we don't need to focus on Orcus either because they're on their way out, and same with Night Stalkers. And if you get the shards for Night Stalkers, it's still nice, but yeah, I'm not focusing on Blade and Oath at this time. And of course, we do need eventually, when we do the Spotlight raids, you do eventually need to have Uncanny in there, at least until they change it. But yeah, again, I haven't focused, as you can see here, we haven't really focused on anybody else outside of Storm. The entire reason why I even have Storm leveled up in the first place is because we were doing one of the, I forget which one it was, but it was like either the Morgan Le Fay or maybe it was the Red Hulk Scourge, and we just needed one more character in there, and I just kind of brought Storm up because she was in there. But yes, let's start with the Vigilantes and the Thunderbolts. As you guys can already see here, we've already started working on Thunderbolts a little bit, but not that much. You can kind of see everybody's still kind of Taskmaster is kind of the only one that I've even put resources in because we needed him to be in a section. I don't remember what it was. I think it was just a specific node that we needed him to be unlocked, and that's why we kind of stopped at level 60. And again, Hellfire, that's another one that's pretty good because we have Emma Frost and Sebastian Shaw. We needed those 2 characters for something. I don't remember what it was, but that's the reason why we have them. And then we kind of brought up the other ones just at minimum level so we can do the Hellfire nodes and raids. But again, Emma Frost is going to be one of those key arena meta characters as well, so that's the reason why she is as high as she is. We already talked about Insidious 6. Again, Immortal Weapons, that's going to be that's kind of a slow work in progress as well, but nothing crazy. We don't need to work on them too much right now. And of course, last but not least, the champions, the next arena meta team, or sorry, the next raid meta team here. And of course as well, we'll see what happens with Scopely and all the changes that are coming out and whatever else is next. But but they are kind of the top echelon right now. And I, yeah, like I said, I could get them recruited and stuff, but we haven't needed to, and I wanted to keep my TCP as low as possible. So those are kind of the team side of things, guys. Those are the teams. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's quickly talk now about we're gonna switch gears a little bit and talk about just a few tips and tricks for you guys. Even starting out here, when you start out, it's all gonna be down to resource management. And of course, as well, there's going to be gold, there's going to be power cores, and of course, as well, if you guys seen some of my other videos on the resource management, it is such an important factor, especially starting out. If we started to level up and bring every single character that we unlocked, and we brought every character up, there's just no way we're gonna have resources for anything, right? We're gonna be strapped down to resources, and of course, as well, as you guys can kind of see here, we do have a fair amount of training materials, but that is always something we always want to make sure we keep ourselves checked in. So what I do here is when you are starting out and you're farming and you're trying to figure out what characters you want to farm, you also want to figure out ways to kind of keep yourself organized. And there's a cool little trick here where we'll categorize diverse favorites. And again, this is a cool functionality that they just fixed. When it was broken, it was such a pain in the ass. I absolutely missed it. It's like I was talking about it, and then they decided to like scrap it or something. I don't know. There's all those weird interface glitches going on. But yes, the verse features. This is one that's nice because not a lot of people use this anymore. And of course, as well, like I said, you can kind of farm certain character shards by favoriting them, and you can farm them quickly. And when we farm Daemon, we also farm these training orb fragments. So this is where you want to double dip your character shards farming and on resources. Invisible Woman, we aren't just farming her, we're also farming gold fragments as well for these gold orb fragments, right? So that is also going to be handy because that's going to be our access to two of the key resources in the game that we're so strapped on. Where everyone is so strapped on gold and training materials, it's not even funny. It's even more crucial in a new account because, of course, I have that experience from my main account. But even going through it on the baby account, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, yeah, it's not fun when you don't have characters and you don't have resources to level stuff up. But of course, as well, you want to make sure you're able to get the shards and you're able to get the orb training materials because those are kind of your ways to kind of level up and bring characters up, right? So that's going to be very, very important. So and then let's quickly talk about the last one. The last one is power cores. This one is going to be your resource for basically everything, right? You can use power cores for buying more training orbs. You can use your power cores for energy refreshes, which is going to be key for kind of getting your energy reloaded, right? And of course, as well with energy spending events, leaderboard events, the power cores is going to be your quarterback, right? So you want to make sure your power cores is always in a good place. And of course, as well, the one place that is the main source of these power cores is your arena. So, like I already said, I have gameplay footage and I have kind of a rundown of the power core side of things in another video. But I don't know if we need to go too much into it. But just know that the faster you unlock arena and the faster you get into this mode, it doesn't matter if you're in the bottom 10,000 or if you're kind of below the 500 mark. You just want to get into this game mode so you have access to the power cores because that's going to be so important when you are trying to get more power cores for spending energy if you want to refresh the store. But of course, like I said, I do go over in another video, and of course we've kind of kept ourselves in the top 100. And again, as you guys can kind of see here, my shard does change quite a bit in terms of the actual lineup in the team, but we are able to punch up quite a bit because of the fact that we do have some very, very key arena meta characters. And again, remember, there are ways to kind of, like if you don't know what teams to use, you can kind of already see. Like some people have, you can kind of tell who the spenders are because some of these guys have some crazy tiered up characters. And then, of course, as well, you have characters that are kind of like, players around my power level, right? Which is like Karmar. He's got, he or she, has got the Fantastic Four, which, no surprise, great solid team. And again, you want to make sure you're smart with your matchups with those teams, right? I feel like I feel like we can go into an example here, and again, I'll just show you guys here just how good the Fantastic Four here is. We're gonna punch up a little bit here, and we're gonna go against this Insidious 6 team, which is about 3 times mine. And yeah, you can tell this guy's clearly a spender. So one of the key meta arena teams that I use is this Daemon and Emma Frost, and again, you guys will kind of see why here. I don't know if we're gonna win, but we'll run into it and we'll see how it goes, so you guys can kind of just see how good this team is, and the reason why people should be running Fantastic Four, right? For those of the people, people that don't have them unlocked. So again, I don't imagine we're gonna get, I don't imagine if we're gonna win out of this, but you can kind of see the reason why they have Vulture here is so he always takes the first move. If he is up against hero enemies, he gets that additional speed bar. So we'll throw the big bomb here with Daemon. Again, I don't imagine we're gonna win this, but I'll show you guys. The one reason that makes the Fantastic Four so good is the fact that they get that increased speed advantage. We had the Emma Frost slowing this team as well, and then we have Daemon, right, who's already a naturally very, very fast character. He's faster than all the Fantastic Four, even with their buffs. Like, it's crazy how fast he is, right? And as you guys can kind of see here, yeah, like I wouldn't say we're kicking ass, but we're able to kind of hold our own a little bit, at least until they take their turns. And yeah, I think once he does his all, I think we're probably gonna die here. But yeah, you can kind of see why this team is so good. We'll go up against another Karmar after as well, so you guys can kind of see here. But yeah, we're not gonna watch the rest of this. We're gonna get our butts kicked, so that's okay. I just wanted to show you guys just how good the Fantastic Four is in arena, right? And of course, even going up against a team that's 3 times as much power as us. So here's a cool trick as well here for you guys, in case you guys didn't know. And I do have a speed manipulation, speed mod, whatever you want to call it, video as well. So it kind of explains speed bar a little bit better. So yeah, right here, I'll use Karmar as an example because this is a really good one where he's got the Emma Frost. And I'll just show you guys. Maybe we'll win the coin flip, maybe not. But we will have basically a 50-50 shot between us and Karmar of going first. Whoever wins the coin flip, they can go first here. But we'll see who goes first here. Maybe I will, maybe he will. But Daemon, regardless, because of the speed canceling out from my Fantastic Four and his Fantastic Four, or her Fantastic Four, Daemon is so damn good. He's faster than everybody. And this is the reason why I said he's such a good character, regardless of the game mode. So, unfortunately, I was hoping we would lose the coin flip so I can show you guys what happens to win the coin flip. But anyways, so we'll throw the ult here. And again, that's going to apply the silence. And as you guys can kind of see here, Franklin's going to try to take ours off now, but he has silence because we landed ours first. So that doesn't do anything. And same with Invisible Woman. She's going to apply the defense down now. And when he goes... he's not going to be able to apply any negatives to us because of the fact that hers has the silence. So there you guys have it there. And then of course when when we get to our turn, we're going to throw the stun maybe we'll throw the stun on Reed here so that Reed doesn't get a turn, and hopefully the stun lands. Oh, I guess it didn't land. Okay, yeah, so he's pretty resistant, but that's okay. Yeah, the computer also plays it dumb, but I think you guys can kind of see here. This is how good the team is, right? And I think at this point we could just hit auto, but yeah, hopefully you guys can kind of see. This is kind of the key meta arena team, even early on. If you don't have these guys and you don't have the key pieces yet, you can kind of start working towards it. But like I said already, Daemon is just so good. Regardless, right? Regardless of what game mode he plays with, he is such a good plug and play. Yeah, I want to see if there's another Fantastic Four team I can show you guys a coin flip here. So this one is another big one, and he also has a power advantage as well. So again, let's just, you know what, for the sake of testing, let's quickly do this again here. So see if we can lose the coin flip, so I can kind of show you guys what we can do about this coin flip here. So again, he may still win even if we take our first turn because yeah, he's got that overpower advantage. Oh no, crackers. Okay, I was hoping we would lose and they would take the first turn. Of course, when I'm trying to do it on video, the computer's got other plans. So again, we're going to do the same thing here, but we may still lose because they do have that overpower advantage. So we'll see here. But again, we have like I said, this team is so good. It's just broken. This is the reason why I tell people you gotta start getting Fantastic Four early on here. So as you guys can see, even though we took the first turn, their team is pretty beefy. So we may still actually lose this, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I just wanted to see if we would lose the coin flip, right? So we'll just throw the alt right here in the middle so it hits everybody. Maybe you'll see if, yeah, Damon should get his turn, and honestly, he's probably gonna kill 2 or 3 people with it. We'll see if he kills Franklin. He's gonna get his turn, and for sure Sue is dead. And oh, yep, so and then they just kind of, yep. So I don't know, yeah. So fairly straightforward. Not much to go on in the arena meta there for you guys, but yeah, I'll see if there's one more we can do here. I don't want to make this video completely about arena. I just want to show you guys. I just want to show you guys what happens with the coin flip. And again, I think I only have 2 more attacks left, so we'll see how. Yeah, we'll see how. I don't know if we can. Yeah, because as you kind of move up on the arena rankings, you get into the you know, the category where we get into the spenders, and yeah, I do see another one. Yeah, I don't. Let's try it. If I lose the coin flip here, I just want to show you guys what we can do here. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't control the RNG side. So he also has a really, he's smart. He's got his Dame on as well. So let's, fingers crossed, hopefully their Franklin goes before ours. Oh, no. Dang it. Okay, well, yeah, I'll have to show you guys maybe another time here. But yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, it looks like I won basically all the coin flips, which, I mean, I shouldn't be complaining. But it is kind of what it is. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So Invisible Woman, she just survives that. My goodness gracious. This guy does have more overpower than me because of the ISO 8s. But yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. This should actually, I think, kill 2 of my guys. Yeah. So his Daemon actually may go before mine now because of the fact that 2 of my guys died. But we'll see here. We'll see how the chips fall. Yep. So his should go first because he gets the turn bar. Yep. And then mine should go right here. This should kill off Sue, maybe Emma as well. Yeah. Well, we may still lose this, but let's just hit the. Yep. It's gonna be close. Yeah, it'll be close. It'll be close. But it is what it is. Yep. Sorry, guys. I wanted to show you guys what it would look like with the coin flip. I guess not. I'm going to have to maybe just do it another time here. Or, you know what? Let's just, if we see another Fantastic Four team, let's just throw in, and I can show you guys what happens here. Is there another team here? Yeah, lots of Fantastic Four. Yeah. Let's just... Yeah, what we'll do here is, so what you can do to the coin flip, what I was trying to do is, you can throw in Nightcrawler, because Nightcrawler is going to spawn with the speed up, and he's going to basically give the speed bar to basically to one of your Fantastic Fours, and that's gonna allow them to go first. So you know what, let's just go in here and I can show you guys what I'm talking about here. So we're not gonna lose the coin flip because of Nightcrawler. Doesn't necessarily mean we're gonna win, because my Nightcrawler here is pretty weak. I should have leveled him up, but here he's gonna go first here before anybody else, because like I said, on spawn speed, he's gonna do this special, and then of course that allows our Franklin to go first, and then he's gonna be able to do his thing. And again, we don't have Dame on here, so that actually puts us a little bit of a disadvantage. So this is why I was saying we probably won't win this one. But I just wanted to show you guys that. I wish we would have lost some of the coin flips so I could show you guys what the heck that looks like. Yep. Like I said, Fantastic Four is Fantastic Four, but Nightcrawler is also another key one if you need someone for the arena meta. He changes up the game a little bit with thanks to, like I said, he kind of causes you to control the speed bar because of the fact if you know how speed manipulation works, then he fills up the speed bar for the Fantastic Four, and that allows them to do their thing. But yeah, unfortunately here we don't have Daemon to quarterback for us, because yeah, that three diamond Daemon really doesn't make a hell of a difference. The team lacks a little bit of the sustain and the damage, and Daemon just kind of carries that for us quite well. So yeah, we will lose this one, but that's fine. So that's kind of the arena meta there. And like I said, I just wanted to reiterate again here the importance of the power cores, right? It doesn't really matter what rank you are, as long as you get it unlocked, and I believe it was level 25. You can look at my footage when I get it unlocked, but when you guys do, you guys will get access to the power cores. If you're not unlocking arena right away, you're missing out on power cores. And of course as well, we don't really have a lot of sources of power cores, so the arena is really gonna help piece that together for you as well. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, so let's jump from from Power Cores now to talk about the shop. So with regards to the shop, I also like to, I'm fairly frivolous. So what I like to do is I like to kind of watch where I'm spending my my stuff, right? And of course as well, like I said, I spend stuff in the Fractal store for the new character shards, and right now I'm kind of holding off on buying anything because we do have so much around the corner, and I've already got Nova and I've already got Moon Girl unlocked, so we don't really need to do too much with regards to our fractals right now. We're just kind of in a status quo section. But I will say is this: when you start getting this store unlocked, you will see lots of nice, like some of these key materials, right, that you need, and it is very enticing to spend that gold, especially because I have quite a bit. We could totally start farming up some of these tier these tier materials, but you also want to look at the gold count, and I mean it doesn't take much to get to buy a couple pieces here. It's going to add up quickly to a mill, very, very quick. And so what I want to tell you guys is don't spend your hard-earned gold on these on these wasteful resources. You can get them from the orbs. And what I will kind of bring your attention to here is if you are going to buy anything out of the store here, the best value would be these uniques that are purple that cost only $6,000. So we're gonna purchase those right here, and then those are kind of the best bang for your buck. Everything else is kind of a rip. If you're close to like an unlock or you're close to tearing up a character and you just need like a little bit, honestly, you're better off just waiting because it is such a rip on your gold. And back in my day, when I was kind of focused on trying to gear for like the new dark dimensions and all that other stuff, I was refreshing the store and I was spending my gold like crazy. Like this 50 refresh is also kind of it's not efficient because you can kind of get carried away and you can refresh it, and it's like I said, it's just not a great way to use your power cores, especially when you can pump that 50 power cores into your energy, and you can get like for example, you can get more energy back, so you can farm your character shards, or you can farm some gold fragments, right? So anyways, let's go into the character store. So again, this is one where my resources are kind of running a bit low, but what I will say is when you're starting out as a new character, the best value that you can get is start purchasing. You can start purchasing your Punisher shards, your Electra shards. They cost 2,000, and it's really good value for your buck because you're basically getting a 5 times value back, right? Whereas if you go into the orbs, you're not going to get too much back because when you go into these versus and venture orbs, the drop rate for these is you only get about what is it? You get let's say 5 shards here, 5 in the middle, and 5 on the right. So you get about 15 in total for basically about 7,000. So you're basically getting a 2-to-1 trade-off versus where the other one was a 5-to-1 trade-off, right? So again, you kind of want to just focus on some of these raid characters early on. Like I said, I didn't really focus too much on it because you kind of get them back later on, and you can kind of see some of those key characters, right? We talked about Emma Frost, we talked about we talked about Punisher, we talked about some of the other ones here, and yeah, like I said, Vulture. See Vulture, I could probably bring him up, but you can, like I said, you don't need to, focus on every single character, but focus on the ones that are important to you. And like I said, the Vigilantes is going to be a good one. And actually, we're at the top here. Speaking of Vigilantes, there's, you're going to find Thunderbolts, Vigilantes, Fantastic Four, all kind of in this top part that are a little bit more expensive. But I will tell you guys this right now, it's definitely worth it. This is one of the reasons why I was able to farm up my Fantastic Four, and one of the reasons why I was able to farm up my Brimstone members. And again, like I said, it's not as easily because it is a little bit more expensive, but they are worth it, and it is there for you guys if you guys need it, right? It is one of those ones that the farming does become available. So that's kind of that for the character store. Then you can start buying, I'd say right from day one, start buying these L4 trading materials. You're not gonna you're gonna thank yourself in the future because every single time we do the reset, we always buy it because you're gonna need it. And again, the other stuff you don't really worry too much about. You can try to see if there's like Fantastic Four or other key characters like Sue here. She's 150, and right now I'm still contemplating on it. Maybe I'll buy it eventually, but yeah, right now I haven't really focused on that. If it does come up and you have the resources for it, go for it, right? Go for the ones you want. But I try not to focus too much on that right now early on, because just playing the game and going for the unlock. And again, these ions, don't waste your materials on these. Yeah, they're just not worth it. You don't need to. We're just holding off right now on it because we don't need to do that. And then costumes, yeah, that's pretty negligible as well. Now, aside from the the shop side of things, there's also a ton of orbs. We'll quickly talk about the orbs as well here. And like I said already, as you're farming up like your gold orbs and your trading orbs, that's gonna help out with a lot of resource management. So again, we've got gold orbs here just from farmability. I haven't really opened them because just haven't needed to. And again, as well, we're gonna have character orbs as well. We already kind of looked over this, but yeah, you're gonna get these from raids. You're gonna get it just from playing the game. You're gonna get premium orbs. You're gonna get some other random orbs. Basically, just getting character unlocks, and when you're getting milestone achievements and other stuff, and they will just kind of hand these to you, just so you guys know. Just so you guys know. Again, the training orbs are kind of in this area, and this is kind of like for your gear tiers and all that other stuff here. Yeah, that's gonna allow you to gear and tier certain characters up, and you can use your store credits, but I don't recommend doing it because you are gonna, like I said, get a lot of these key pieces and key materials already from raids, and when you can use your store credits on like character farming and all that other stuff, I would focus on that more than the gear pieces. But obviously, you always want to strike a balance. Like I said, this is the gear part, or sort of the training and the ability orbs. This is kind of for leveling and tearing up your abilities. And this is another one that's a very, very much high demand. I wish we got more of it. I'm really noticing it, especially on the baby account here. So, again, the red stars I already mentioned earlier before. Try not to use the credits as much. Just play the game and save your red stars for promotions and stuff when you do actually need it for something important. And usually I'd like to focus on like a key meta character, right? And again, same with these orbs as well. We do have quite a bit of purple orbs, which is kind of crazy. So we will definitely for sure be ready when we get to level 90. I think level 90 is when it gets unlocked. So that's going to be nice for me. I've got a couple characters I want to bring up, and already, of course, you know which ones I'm going to bring up. I'm going to be bringing up some of those key meta ones as well. So yeah, but hopefully this has made sense. This video has gone on pretty long here, so I'll just kind of wrap things up a little bit here, and then yeah, I'll kind of leave you guys with a couple little things at the end here. But yeah, like I said, just to recap it again here with the squads. The only three teams you really need at the start is kind of the Vigilantes, the Fantastic Four, and the Brimstone. And with those three teams, we have been able to get some very important key unlocks. We'll just go over the roster here real quick. I should have did this earlier. I apologize. We were able to get our Quasar unlocked. I did use my Dark Star promotions to get him up. So as you can kind of see here, we've got him unlocked. I do have the unlock video and stuff as well. I'll link that in the description for you guys so you kind of know what level I got him unlocked at. And same with most recently, we just got our Knull unlocked. Where the heck is he? I don't know where he is. There he is. Let's put a heart on him so it's easier to find. But yeah. So we got Quasar. We've got Knull unlocked. Yeah, and then of course we did get Phoenix Force Magneto as well during his event. So this is where I would say it was important to have the power cores available to you, because yeah, without the power cores I probably wouldn't have got him unlocked. And yeah, he's come in clutch in a number of situations because of the fact that he is one of those early villain characters, and he's also got the global tag, so he'll be useful in Dark Dimension and other stuff like that. So hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. So I think that's kind of, like I said, I'll show you guys the roster. I don't have that many characters, but like I said, you guys can kind of tell here on which ones I'm focused on. And I'm super excited about the Spider-Man rework, so hopefully that will come in handy. But yeah, we have so many characters that are under-leveled, and we haven't even recruited like so many of them. But yeah, it's not, my account isn't very wide right now, like my main account, but it is very focused. And we do have the focus on those characters, like I said. We are slowly working on some of the other key pieces for the raid teams, but we just don't need them right now. And so far, we've been able to get the entire we got Quasar unlocked, we got Knull unlocked. Those are kind of the key pieces. We're gonna see if we can get Blastar and Thunderstrike unlocked as well. But yeah, you guys can kind of see here we're kind of focusing on these key teams right now, and yeah, for sure, I've been having fun with this baby account. It's been a blast. Last thing I want to leave you guys with here is, and I think a lot of people forget about it, is at a certain point when you start unlocking all these characters and all this other game mode stuff, you also want to make sure you're going into your dark dimensions and you're able to kind of go through and do these dark dimension freebies. I actually haven't done any of them because I don't have the time. I don't have the time on this baby account to do them all. And actually, in actuality, I wish I had more time. As you guys can kind of see here, most of these missions are fairly straightforward. And when you're starting out here, you're going to be able to get more orbs. You're going to be able to get gold, training, all that other stuff by doing them. So just don't forget to do it. I can definitely for sure do them, and it would probably take me seconds now because my account's so built up. But yeah, right now we can probably do Dark Dimension 1, 2, 3, and now I think because we are gear 15, we should be able to even start working our way on Doom and Dormammu as well here, because yeah, that's tier 16. So really, we've pretty much have the first few already unlocked, and yeah, we just gotta figure out what we want to do here. But and keep in mind those teams that we already talked about, the Vigilante, the Fantastic Four, and the Brimstone. They cover a lot of those key tags, right? The cosmic side, the global side, the city section. Like the Vigilantes is an entire city team that you can use. So another plus to having the Vigilantes, right, built up for us. So that is kind of that's really cool. I find, and yeah, hopefully that helps you guys out. Yeah, and hopefully this has made sense for you guys. I know that it is a lot of information, and I kind of wanted to cover what teams that I was using for kind of a starting account, and it was kind of a long-winded way to get there. But yeah, this is kind of the importance of those three teams. And also, last thing I want to leave you guys with here is the fact that our alliance, if you guys are looking for something a little bit more active, we do have a casual alliance right now, and this one is open. You guys can kind of search it out, Allspark Sentinels, and you can join it. And yeah, you can kind of get some of the freebie rewards. We do basically run the raids and the battle world kind of on max difficulty. This is kind of an alliance for our like retirees, and they're just casually playing and they're kind of building up their reservoirs here. But yeah, if you do want something and you want to be in a focused alliance, and you want to join our Allspark, I'll attach the Allspark Discord as well on there, because yeah, one of the requirements of joining this alliance is you just need to get Discord installed on there, so that way there's a way for you to kind of freely chat in the game. If you don't install it, I'll just warn you guys now, you will get a boot. But even if you don't want to join this particular alliance, if you join the Discord, you'll be asked like, hey, what kind of group are you looking for? And you can say, hey, I'm looking for a competitive alliance, and I want to stay within this. I'm doing this right now. I'm doing difficulty 4, or I'm doing difficulty 9, or I'm just a casual player looking to join anything. Well, we can find a spot for you guys. And I shouldn't say we. I'm not really like that big on the chopping block, but the guys that run the servers and our great Allspark community team members there that run it. But yeah, what I will say, like I said, is if you guys are looking for something quick and fast and you want to just join it with no drama, you can join this one, the Allspark Sentinels. As I already said, you will get booted if you don't have Discord, and they'll give you like I forget. I think they'll give you like a week or something to get it installed and whatnot. So even if you jump in now and you don't like us, you can always just jump out. And yeah, you won't get booted or anything in this group. You can have whatever power level, and you can be brand new, spanking new, level 20 or whatever, and you won't be kicked or anything like that. All they require is for you to join Discord. If you don't join Discord and you get booted, well, you can still jump back in, right? It really doesn't matter. So it's a pretty casual group. But what I will say is, like, if you don't want to keep getting booted and you lose out on rewards and stuff, like the raids and stuff, just download Discord. You don't even have to use Discord. You just gotta download it. You just gotta download it and tell them, hey, I want to join Allspark. Whatever, so and so, and yeah, you can have it on there, and then yeah, you can you don't even have to check back on the game, honestly. You can just use this as a starting point here if you guys want. There is room available because yeah, people are always getting booted because they don't download it, but I want to let you guys know about the group, so then at least you're aware of it, and then you guys have that at your fingertips as well. Otherwise, guys, yeah, I don't know if I have anything else. Other than that, this was a very long video, so I do apologize for that. But hopefully, it gives you an idea here on my account, and hopefully, you guys can, see how much, see the characters that I've built up. And yeah, I'll kind of give you guys progress on this account as well here. Like I said, it's only 70, 75, 74 days old, and we'll keep playing it to see if we can get those minimum unlocks on the future events. I think eventually what I would like to do is I want to get to the point where we can figure out where the minimum unlock is for Old Man Logan and Shadow King. But yeah, I still can't do those yet because they're still a little bit of our league, and it still requires quite a bit of built up characters, and I refuse to build up the trash characters right now. Like I've basically focused my my farming on these teams, and of course the other key meta ones when they do come into the picture. But yeah, I mean, these teams are going to be good for Professor Xavier. They're going to be good for Odin. They're going to be good for Mephisto. But it just sucks because Old Man Logan and Shadow King, those are such good legendaries, and I don't want to miss out on them. But damn, it's like, yeah, you don't want to build up useless teams that you're not ever going to use again. So I'm kind of contemplating that right now. But, if you watch the Q&A, they did say they're going to address it. So we'll see what happens there. Otherwise, guys, wow. This was a very long video. It's been a while since I made a video that long and just me jabbering on. So hopefully you guys found some value in it. If you guys didn't find any value in it, I do apologize. I don't like wasting people's time. But hopefully this does give you an idea of what my account is looking like and the teams that I'm using and, the power cores, yada, yada, all that other stuff. If there's something else you guys want me to do a video on, let me know in the comments below, and I can. Or if you guys are curious about what else on my baby account I'm trying to do and whatnot. But as I already said, I'm not actively playing this account as much as I should be, but I am checking back on it at least a couple times a day just to collect the free energy refreshes, and that's kind of it there. So anyways, guys, yeah, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next one.